Today on Monkey Life, Jeremy's in Kenya to meet disabled chimp Chocolat and accompany her to the UK, where a new home and family are waiting at the park.
You coming up? Good girl. You up we go. Good girl.
The chimp's elderly owner, Graziella, who's cared for her since she was a baby, comes to terms with the decision to let her go.
I make the choice that she go to Monkey World. I know the place is good. I need to do that.
And back at the park, Bryan's group test out the changes made to their enclosure in preparation for Chocolat's arrival. Monkey World in Dorset, buried deep in the English countryside, is the largest sanctuary of its kind on the planet. The team, led by Dr. Alison Cronin, rescue and rehabilitate abused and unwanted primates from all over the world.
Boxes secured into place, everything's good.
The park provides a home for more than 260 primates from 24 different species. Kenya, East Africa. After months of planning and complex negotiations, Monkey World is about to embark on a rescue mission like no other. The beneficiary of this enormous undertaking is disabled chimp Chocolat, who lives with Graziella Cotman, with the help of keeper Monica. Life is about to change for the chimp, who'll soon be on her way to the UK and a new home at the park in Dorset, where she'll hopefully become part of a family with others of her own kind. Monkey World's animal director, Jeremy Keeling, has flown to Kenya to oversee the move.
I too quick. I too quick.
Get to know the chimp and establish a relationship.
We owe her to give her a good life. And of course, Graziella and Monica have done really well to give her a good life. But now she must leave and we have to train her to a new life. She has to learn a whole new life with other chimpanzees and with different people looking after her. And it won't be bad, it won't be horrible, it won't be cruel, but it will be very different. The time has come, it's got to be now. So, that's why we're here, to make it happen.
Chocolat's early life was traumatic. Her mother was shot for bushmeat and the infant, clinging to mum, was covered in bullet spray and injured. Graziella, who was working for a chimpanzee rescue centre in the Republic of Congo, took on responsibility for the injured chimp. She's been devoted to her care for 23 years. Graziella is now 82 years old, and looking after Chocolat has become a struggle. She's decided to leave Kenya and go home to Belgium. But first, she wants Chocolat settled in the best place possible, and that means Monkey World in Dorset, with its established chimp families and all the expertise that goes with it.
I need to put my chimps in a good place, and I make the choice that she go to Monkey World because there are too much chimpanzee there. As maybe one day you have the opportunity to go there, and I know the place is good. I go there 3 times, 4 times, and finally that is my choice, that I put Chocolat there. I need to do that.
Jeremy has spent 3 days in Kenya observing Chocolat, getting to know her likes and dislikes, and assessing how the gunshot wounds from 23 years ago have affected her mobility.
You coming up? Good girl. You up we go. Good girl. You a good girl.
Chocolat is partially paralysed down her right side and can't use her hand and foot properly. Her disabilities mean she needs a lot of care and attention, which the Monkey World team need to consider when settling her into her new home.
obviously Chocolat is very disabled. She is crippled, but I think that she has a lot of capability of moving that was better than I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting, but she is moving. You know, when she walks around the enclosure, I have a job to catch up with her. I mean, I know I'm old and broken as well, but she really can move around better than I was expecting, which is good.
Hey. Hello.
Monica first met Chocolat in 2005 when the chimp and Graziella first arrived in Kenya. For the last 10 years, she's been the chimp's main carer, and they've established a bond that will be tough to break when the time comes.
Working with chimpanzee is fun, but it has to come from inside yourself. It's something that it's not forced, or you don't do it for money, because it is the feeling that you have. Then you give it back to the chimpanzee. And there you learn slowly, slowly, because with chimpanzee, you don't learn from the books. You learn with the interaction from them. With Chocolat, we have managed to keep her happy by being always with her, playing with her just to keep company and to make sure she's comfortable.
Chocolat will fly to the UK on a cargo plane with the help of worldwide courier DHL. Monkey World sent out a travel crate some months ago for the chimp to get used to. The original plan was for Chocolat to walk voluntarily into the box, but so far attempts at training her have failed. Jeremy's aware the clock is ticking. The flight leaves in less than 48 hours. He phones Alison back in the UK to update her.
Yeah, we've given up trying to train Chocolat to go into the box because I just don't think it's going to happen just yet. So we're going to go with plan B and get the vet to anaesthetise her and get her in. Just wanted to fill you in on all that. Okay?
Oh, okay. No, I have complete faith in you doing all of that, Jeremy. So whatever you feel is best for the chimp in the end, and you can work with the vet, that'll be brilliant.
It might even help her being a bit dopey from an anaesthetic anyway. So, you know, it might be good in that respect. But as long as you're happy.
Absolutely.
Okay, right, I will speak to you soon. Okay?
Thanks, Jeremy.
No sweat. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Using anaesthetic always involves risk, but Jeremy and the team have assessed all the options and made the decision. Everyone is hopeful that, with the plane on a fixed schedule, everything will fall into place for Chocolat to be on board. While Jeremy is in Kenya getting to know chimp Chocolat, back at the park in Dorset, the primate care staff and maintenance team are flat out preparing for her arrival. The acute nature of Chocolat's disabilities mean a lot of alterations have had to be made to accommodate her. She'll be joining Bryan's group of 6, who all have good mobility. To make life easier for Chocolat to live alongside them and move around more easily, the bedrooms and tunnel systems have had to be adapted. Changes were needed outside too, in the large outdoor enclosure, where the platforms and climbing apparatus would be too challenging for the new chimp. It's an anxious time for Alison and the primate care staff as they await her arrival.
There's always nerves whenever we have a new chimp. You never really know how it's going to go until you get the ball rolling. And then there's the added question mark here of, is she going to be able to use the space? Even though we hope we've done what's right for her here, it's so different to what she knows. Is she going to be able to navigate it? But it's just a case of bringing her here, and then this is just the first draft, what we've done in the bedrooms and outside in the enclosure, but we will keep evolving as we go along and know her better. So it's just finding that happy medium between the rest of the group and the new arrival.
Work on the outdoor enclosure has just finished, and Bryan's troop are about to give it a test run. With a scatter feed to help distract them, the excited chimps are let out. Chimps are bright and know every inch of their home. Anything new needs to be investigated and checked over to make sure it's safe. Kangoo tries out an additional cargo net, testing to establish its properties and see if it can be pulled apart. Ash uses one of the new platforms, installed near a ground level to aid Chocolat. It appears to meet with her approval. Before she heads off to investigate some new nuts and bolts. Chimps can be very destructive, but these pass the test. Nari comprehensively examines anything she thinks is different, while Rodders goes one further and starts making alterations of his own. Leader Bryan appears comfortable, settling down to eat the food he's collected. His ease with the enclosure changes could bode well for the coming weeks. For now, everything is peaceful, but in just a few days' time, Bryan's family of chimps will discover what the changes have been all about when they get to meet Chocolat, who, hopefully, will become a new addition to their community. In Kenya, Animal Director Jeremy has spent the last few days getting to know 23-year-old disabled chimp Chocolat at her home. In less than 24 hours, she'll be on her way to a new life 4,500 miles away in Dorset. It's going to be an emotional goodbye for 82-year-old Graziella, who has cared for the chimp since she was rescued after her mother was killed for bushmeat.
I need to move. I cannot stay here. And Chocolat need a good place. And for me, I think she's a good place. And I can visit Chocolat maybe later in England. My family stay in Belgium. So I can go to see my children, and after I go to England to see Chocolat.
Graziella has cared for Chocolat for 20 years, over 20 years, and she has a very, very big place in Graziella's heart. And Graziella will have more emotion about this whole thing than what Chocolat will. Graziella is going to be very emotional, because she's losing her baby. And I can only sympathise with Graziella. I don't know how I can help her, but clearly it's a very, very big upheaval for her and Monica, because they have invested an awful lot of their lives in caring for Chocolat.
Keeper Monica has helped Graziella look after the disabled chimp for the last 10 years. She too has become devoted to Chocolat. But she knows Chocolat's upcoming move to Monkey World to join a family of her own kind is the right decision.
It's a mixed feeling. For one, I'm happy because she's going to join another group where she can form another family other than us human beings. Number two, I'll miss her because it's been long since when I started to take care of her. But I'm happy that she's going one place that she will be happy too, hopefully. It is for the best.
Today, it's time for Chocolat to begin that journey to her new home. Jeremy and Monica had been attempting to train her to enter the travel crate, which will be used to transport her by plane to the UK. She took a good look, but remained wary. To avoid the chimp becoming stressed for the journey, Jeremy has arranged for local vet Kivara to anaesthetise her. To keep everything as calm as possible, the procedure takes place in the chimp's bedroom, with only Kivara and Jeremy present. It goes perfectly, and Chocolat is soon out for the count. She's carried carefully to the crate, where the vet checks her again to make sure she's safe and comfortable for the journey.
She's steady.
Kivara the vet is happy, and the anaesthetic is reversed. The team load her into a van to transport her to Nairobi Airport, where she'll be put onto a cargo plane for the flight to the UK. Chocolat is still drowsy, so she should enjoy a stress-free journey to the airport in preparation for her new life in Dorset. Organising and accomplishing successful primate rescues often involves complex negotiations with all parties involved, especially if the animal is coming from abroad. Over the years, Alison and the team have become experts, carrying out rescues from all over the globe. But sometimes circumstances are beyond their control. Alison's been in talks for some time to rehome a troop of 6 Hamadryas baboons. The problem is, they're being cared for in Lebanon, a volatile part of the world currently experiencing major conflict. Moving the primates to the UK has had to be put on pause.
Yeah, it's sort of world politics have taken over in that region. It's terribly sad and tragic. We're finishing off the paperwork bundle for the baboons, so even though all of that's going down in Lebanon, the government is still processing the paperwork, so that's good. But it's not really a safe or good time today, and we're taking it day by day. We will simply be patient and try and do the right thing to ensure that the baboons are safe until everything settles down there, and I just hope that everybody in Lebanon is okay.
If and when the 6 baboons can make it safely to the UK, everything at the park is now finished and ready for them. 2 large enclosures complement a brand new baboon house just waiting to be filled.
6 huge bedrooms. We have 6 baboons, so that's going to give us a fair bit of flexibility. Everything's connected with slides and tunnels the whole way through. Really nice job. Our building and maintenance department have really excelled themselves on this one.
The 2 outdoor enclosures are different to most of the other large enclosures used by the park's current residents. There are no climbing structures, and that's because the 6 baboons are unlike the majority of the park's primates.
The baboons are terrestrial, so they sort of live on the ground, and you can see by the size and shape of them, they look more like sort of funky dogs moving along the ground. So they do like areas to get up and view out over. So, you know, we have dropped in a lot of fallen trees and stuff here and there, and there are some sort of trees and shrubs in there that they could climb up into. We'll have to wait and see how they go. If they sort of eat everything in here, maybe it will be that we put in a couple of platforms for them so that they can get up and look out. But we'll take their lead on that. But right now, they're just spectacular enclosures that they'll be able to really exercise. And hopefully we've gotten it all right for them.
It's now just a waiting game. If the situation in Lebanon stabilises and the various government departments give the all clear, the troop of 6 baboons still have every chance of starting a new life in the UK. After a 4-hour journey through the Kenyan bush, Chimp Chocolat has arrived at the cargo terminal at Nairobi Airport. Monkey World's animal director Jeremy and Chocolat's carer Monica are accompanying her every step of the way. Chocolat needed to be sedated to get her safely into the travel crate, but she's now wide awake and sitting up.
It was good. We had to anaesthetise her to get her into the box, but so far she has been very good. Very good. Now she is getting a little bit interested in, you know, everything that's going on, so she's testing the box.
Word of the chimp's arrival has spread. Chocolat is becoming quite a celebrity with the airport ground crew, keen to take a look at the unusual cargo they'll be helping to transport.
Be nice, Choco. Be nice.
Despite all the noise and unfamiliar faces, Chocolat appears relaxed, but Jeremy is keeping a close eye on her.
She's had a very, very, very busy day. You know, she's been anaesthetised, she has been driven for 4 hours in a van, and she is awake now, and you know, she's you know, obviously gets in the. We try to keep the people away from the van as much as possible, which isn't easy because they all want to see her, and that's not good because that will make her more anxious. So we're trying to keep her calm. So she had quite a big drink from me earlier, and now she has taken up some food, she has had her breakfast, she has eaten well, and she has had a good drink. So hopefully now she will settle down again and have a siesta soon, I hope. But it's all very, very new for her. So we just have to keep with her, keep company, keep her happy.
Chocolat is moved into a cargo hangar away from the heat and hubbub outside. The journey will be just under 15 hours and includes a short stop in Bahrain before landing at East Midlands Airport. Jeremy and Chocolat spend some time together while the final paperwork is sorted out. With the clock ticking down to departure, the plane is made ready and it's time for Chocolat to be loaded up. It's a slick and quick operation. The travel crate is manoeuvred into the vast belly of the cargo plane and secured. Throughout it all, Jeremy and Monica are on hand to reassure the chimp. Monica is coming along on the journey too. She's going to spend a couple of weeks at Monkey World helping Chocolat to settle in and be a familiar face.
I'm calm. I'm not nervous. I think I have been ready to do this for the longest time possible. It was a good day, a busy one. But it is okay. So far so good, it is okay. Now to Monkey World.
With the cargo loaded and the paperwork complete, the plane is ready to leave. Monica and Jeremy will have access to Chocolat throughout the flight to keep her hydrated, fed, and reassured. The cargo plane taxis slowly to the runway. Ahead is a 4,500-mile journey taking Chocolat to a new chapter in her life, a new home, and a family of her own kind at Monkey World. Next time on Monkey Life, disabled chimp Chocolat flies in from Kenya and makes her presence known.
She's just shouting at people to let them know that she's here, and I get that impression, just having a bit of a shout.
And playtime for Chippy's Woolies as they enjoy their new home.